small seed haul at Dollar Tree the other day. I had a big long list of seeds I wanted to get online and stuff like that. And then I thought, let's just back up a little bit. I have plenty of seeds already. And instead of trying to integrate a whole bunch of new and different things, I thought, let's just work on getting the things I'm already growing better. So I have integrated maybe one or two new things, but I've stayed with stuff which is safe and which I know will grow, and I just need to improve my growing techniques to get a bigger yield. And they're things I like. So let's look at what I purchased. I purchased 2 packages of microgreen seeds, and these were $1.25 each. They're not the 4 for $1, whatever the regular seeds are at Dollar Tree. And I'm interested in the microgreen concept. I think it's a good way to get nutrition in, especially in the winter when there's less produce. And I actually just read a book on growing microgreens. So I already have a grow light, and I have some containers which I think would be appropriate. So I thought before I invest $17 or $18 or whatever it costs on Amazon to get a bag of microgreen seeds, I thought I would start small and work with these and see if I like it, see if I like the process and what the results are. So I got 2, and I'll keep you posted into how it's going. Also got some radishes. I like them in salads. I like the crunch, and they're fast growing, and you get quickly rewarded for your growing efforts. Somebody in the growing area, I belong to a local Facebook local growing group, was growing Chinese cabbage. They said they put it in October, and January they had a yield. So I didn't see any Chinese cabbage, but I did get this cabbage, and I just love cabbage. Cabbage is relatively expensive. It's good right before St. Patrick's Day, but the rest of the time it can be like $1.50 a head or something. So I'm going to work on this. I don't know how to grow cabbage. I understand they have their own, issues with bugs and stuff, but I would love to get a couple of cabbage out. I'm going to have to look at what the growing season, growing needs are for this type of cabbage and see if I can do it. And if I don't succeed at first, I'll just try again. I had unexpected luck with the Armenian cucumbers I planted last year. So I got some regular cucumbers. I do love cucumbers, and there's nothing better than fresh. So I'm going to be doing the Armenian cucumbers again, and also just conventional cucumbers. I have some packages of crook neck yellow squash, and I wanted straight neck yellow squash, and they happen to have it this year at Dollar Tree. So I got 2 packages. Squash grows really well here, and I like to do a lot of things with yellow squash especially. I do have some green squash seeds already, so I didn't need to stock up on that. And I enjoyed that whole pumpkin process so much that I'm going to try growing pumpkins. I got one of these. It's actually a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. The only other time I've grown pumpkins is those tiny ones which I grew last year, which came out great. And then one year I purchased something called, I think, sugar pie, which is pie pumpkins, and they're pretty small. One pumpkin was maybe 2 or 3 cups, as opposed to that mega pumpkin I had, which was 12 cups. So I'm going to try this. I do like growing pumpkins. I like pumpkins, so we'll give it a shot. There was a pretty small selection of seeds at that particular Dollar Tree. I had wanted to get some nasturtiums because they are so pretty when they grow. They kind of vine over, and they're nice, and I don't know. I think that was probably the only thing that was missing. Everything else I have butternut squash, which you can use like a pumpkin, like in pumpkin bread or those pumpkin waffles or anything. You can use butternut squash too. So I have one of those. I have a package of seed for those. I have several different types of tomatoes that grew well, and I'm looking forward to using those. And if I had to put my energy into working on anything, it would be working on the 3 vegetables I eat the most out of the garden, and that is tomatoes, squash, and cucumbers, because I'm a big salad person. So I'm going to be putting some energy into that. I have some spinach and lettuce seeds, and I've always had trouble with that. Either it's too cold for them to start, or it's too hot for them to live. So I have seen at the farmer's market, local farmers are growing them, so I will be trying again. I also have a nice little agreement with a friend of mine, neighbor of mine, who has the perfect growing setup with lots of sun, and it's just a little better than mine. I have a lot of shade here. So what I do is I grow seedlings for myself and I grow some seedlings for him. So I give him like a couple seedlings of each type of plant and he plants it. And then later in the year, he brings me some of the crop. So that's a great little trade barter system we have going on. So I'm preparing my beds right now. I'm mulching and throwing in compost, and everyone can hardly wait for spring. I can wait. I enjoy every season. I'm going to squeeze all the enjoyment I can get out of winter here and being all cozy, and by the time spring rolls around, I'll be ready to plant, and my beds will be ready to accept seeds and accept plants. So I am looking forward to that, but all in its good time. I feel this little trip to Dollar Tree really kind of jump-started it, filled in some gaps in what I have. So are you planning a garden? Are all your is your seed wish list completely filled up, or are you still searching? Let me know. And thank you so much for watching.